Welcome everyone to my newest Let's Play, the Final Fantasy Legend 3 for the Nintendo Game Boy. Here's our story. The Pureland water entity appeared and flooded this world's present, past, and future. The water brought monsters, which hunted people day and night. Cities fell one by one, covered by the sea. However, a few individuals prepare for a journey that may determine the fate of the world. Behold, the Seal City Dawn. Here, 3 rodents sent back as children from the ruins of the future are living with the Elder. He has reared them together with his own granddaughter. And here's our 4 heroes. We have 2 mice. We're going to have Weggie, the mouse, and his brother Bwizzy, the mouse. And then to round out the party, we have 2 female rats. We have Bubbles here, but can't fit all that in there, so we're just gonna call her Bubble. And then the final ratty will be Gilda. And these are our 4 heroes who will be journeying through different time zones and different lands just to save the world. So we start right off in a battle right here. But for some reason Gilda ain't with us. We have this other guy with us instead. So like the Saga 2 game, we're going to have like an extra party member who sometimes joins the party. So right now that is Myron. He'll be our 5th party member. After this battle, Gilda will end up joining our party. Now this game is it's part of the Saga series, but it plays differently than the Saga games. For instance, there's actual experience points in this game, so you level up with experience points. Random stat gains ain't random like they were in the first 2 games. There's no more weapon durability like in the first 2 games, so weapons, like I said, you equip them and they're there forever until you replace them with a different weapon. Speaking of replacing weapons, in the simulator here we want to take off Myron's battle axe, so we do that by pressing the item select and then going up, and that allows us to grab his axe and take it off him. So it's not the last time we all use the simulator. I'll be saying goodbye now. Okay, see ya. Yeah, we start off in a simulator battle, but this will not be the last time we're using the simulator because we're going to do a little bit of level grinding on the simulator. And hey, it's Gilda! Gilda, Weggie, you're really leaving? Yeah. But I'll be back. Don't worry, you'll see me off tomorrow, right? I've got to go now. And all this is taking place, the game's controlling us, so I'll miss you. And then the very next day. We're ready now. Good. Where's Gilda? I guess it's too hard on her to see you off. I'll miss her. Let me tell you about Borgin, the man who sent you back to me. Borgin is a scientist from the future, trained by Milo from Marty Mouse House. Borgin, where are these kids going? To the past. Past? The place whose time machine isn't finished yet. Keep that Dian guy in mind here. I have no choice. Change the past is the only way to save the world from sinking. You're mad. We need a younger Dian here in the present. Borgin's plan won't work if the future is already destroyed. Still wish to go? Yes, we 3 decided that we can't close our eyes to our own future. Well said, then see this? Come. And he's going to take us to the Temple of Dawn. First, we're going to meet 2 people who play an important role later on in the game. We have Faye and Dion. Faye, Dion. Dion is the same Dion from the future there. Don't go outside. It's okay. We're going to make it safe so you can play outside. Be good. We'll see you later. Really? I promise. And both of them will eventually be 5th party members who will join us and help us out, so. Now the Elder here is going to take us to the temple. It's going to be one mainstay in all the eras, past, present, and future. Elder, wait! Myron, Gilda, I told you not to leave the city. I know, but we're worried. We all grew up together. And Gilda's... Stop. Elder knows what he's doing. But... I'll guard the city. At least let her go. Alright. You should both go. You won't regret this. Thank you, Elder. And we have our completed party here now. Gilda joined and Myron joined. Ready? Let's go back there. We're here to this little warp. And this warp will take us to the Talon, which is the time travel machine that we'll be using throughout the thing. It's not useful now, though. What the? It's the Talon, a fighter that can travel through time. Then we're off to the future? Nope. It's useless now. Take this to Kronos and Elan. He knows a lot about Talon. Receive the radar. What's this? Borgin had it. Might be a missing unit. Let Kronos see it. Right. Hey, the ocean's between here and Elan. Find float in the North Tower. You can fly then. Monsters lurk there, so be careful. Okay. So yeah, we got our first quest here to go to the North Tower to get the magical float. But this is the inside of the Talon. We'll explore it a little bit later. Not much we can do in it now. Not much we can do with the Talon because we're missing a whole bunch of parts to the Talon. So the first part of the game is going to be recovering the parts of the Talon so that we can use it to travel through time. And then once we'll start traveling through time and, you know, righting the wrongs then. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to give Gilda here Myron's old battle axe. He rejoined our party with a new battle axe. That's a really good weapon, so it'll basically allow Gilda to one-shot enemies, so. Elder found this town, Darm. The town of Elan's to the west, so we were told to go take that radar to Kronos, but we didn't know where Elan was. Well, now we do. It's to the west. A little coffee shop here. Beware, monsters are also after Talon's units. Palace was built to seal in Talon. Oh my, monsters are kidnapping us children. That's why Dian and Faye weren't allowed to go outside. We're going to make the world right for them and for all the future. So here's our magic shop. I'm going to have Bwizzy, he's going to be my white mage. So I'll buy him a Cure Once spell, and I will buy Bubbles the sleep spell. So you can see the type of magic it is by their, like the little white is, white color is white magic, black sphere is black magic. Most of the time, black magic is offensive in nature, and white magic is healing and buffing. There's a few, like, odds and ends, though, that don't conform to that. You can jump over people in holes using B. So yeah, we can press the B button here, and that allows us to jump over people in holes. That'll be useful in dungeons. It also cuts down on random encounters, but we're going to want to be doing, you know, some fighting. So we're going to start doing our fighting in the simulator. So we got some things that are really expensive. Hit points and attack. Those are for robots. Push A to speed up messages. B to pause. There's a little slide we can hop over this kid and slide down the slide. Eee! You can also change our character by pressing the select button and switch if you wanted to go from, you know, Weggie to Bwizzy to Bubbles to Gilda. So no weapons that we want to buy here. We do want to buy some armor. We don't have enough to buy all the armor we need, but we're going to buy some armor before we start fighting in the simulator. We don't have a lot of gold here, so we're just going to end up buying 2 leather helmets and a pair of leather boots. We'll equip them in our characters, and then we'll do some farming in the simulator up to level 4. And then once we do that, then we can come back here and buy the rest of the accessories that we need. So this will just help our survivability a little bit in the simulator. So the simulator's in the house there to the right. We're going to head in this house first. Oh yes, 15 years ago, when I was looking for a place to build a town, I met a group collecting units. That means there are others hunting units too, so be careful. I'll train myself to become a fine warrior like you. I guess that happens because remember we saw him in the future. So we're going to train ourselves to be a good warrior by going back to the simulator. There's not too many battles here in the simulator that we can run into. I'll show off the different battles that we have. Before we go into the simulator, though, let's put that leather helmet on Weggie and give him the leather boots. And then we're going to give Bwizzy a leather helmet as well. We couldn't afford shoes for him, and Bubbles and Gilda also are lacking some equipment, but we're going to get all that equipment once we do our farming here. All our characters are going to level at the same time except for Gilda because she wasn't in our first battle. So we're going to have to do an extra battle to get Gilda to level up. But like I said, we're just going to fight all these characters, these battles here until we get to level 4. That'll give us plenty of money and enough to pretty much take out all the enemies we're going to meet in the North Tower. Milo can pretty much one-shot things. He also has magic. Magic can be used in and out of battle. The Cure 1 spell that Myron has, that Curse also has, restores about 30% of a character's hit points to them. So it'll never fill the character up entirely in battle, but it's still, useful. If you take a lot of damage in battle, just use your magic outside of battle. Magic is interesting in this game. It functions as items. You can select the item, and then you go to your inventory, select the item, and then you can equip it on things. You can also remove items, magic from characters to put it back into the item thing, so you can switch magic around. So I just cut out a few battles there. I'm going to show off the different battles that we have here. So here's another new battle here. We got these hooligans, and we have fire drakes. Hooligans are cyborgs. The fire drakes are monsters. The other two, those diviners and sprites that we met, were beasts. And those are the different classes in the game. There are 6 different classes in the game total. There's the 4 enemy classes that our characters can turn into, and then there's the 2 character classes that our original characters start with. Weggie and Gilda are humans. Humans have double weapon proficiency, so if they use a melee weapon, they do twice as much damage. Mutants, such as Bwizzy and Bubbles, they have double proficiency with magic, so they do twice as much damage, their magic is twice as effective. And there are some weapons that they're better with as well, like psychic weapons. Then, like I said, the different classes, we turn into them by doing different things, by eating meat, similar to how we were able to do that in the Final Fantasy Legend 1 and 2. But there's different types of meat. Beast meat turns you into a beast. Monster meat will turn you into a monster. You have to eat that twice, though. Parts, you get cyborg parts that turn you into a cyborg, and once you're a cyborg, you can install robot parts that turn you into a robot. Our base classes, the humans and the mutants, they gain levels by just fighting battles and gaining experience. That's how everyone's going to gain levels. That's how they gain stats. The other character classes gain stats a little differently. Monsters like Final Fantasy Legend 1 and 2, they have set stats to them, usually a little bit stronger than your characters at the time. But they have no innate specialties, so they can't use human weapons, and toward the end of the game, that's what you basically need to have these mystic swords to deal damage. We're going to end up making Bubbles our monster. We're going to go through all the different classes. Robots are like the humans in Final Fantasy Legend 1, in that they're really weak at first, but if you spend a lot of money buying those pills, those attack pills, defense pills, hit point pills, agility pills, you can feed them those potions and max them out. We're going to do that with Weggie. He's going to be our robot, and then his brother Bwizzy is going to be our cyborg. Cyborgs, they are like robots in Final Fantasy Legend 2, in that they gain hit points and abilities based on what they equip. So you give them armor, they get more hit points, more defense. You give them weapons, they might gain strength. Certain types of weapons might give them agility. So they're kind of like robots from Final Fantasy Legend 2. The Beast class is kind of a hybrid. of humans and cyborgs. Humans and the monsters, and that they gain certain stats like the monsters, but they also gain stats from their equipment that they equip. So the cyborgs and the beasts aren't too really good at the beginning when you have really weak equipment, but eventually as you they get much stronger as you level up and get better equipment. So here we are with the North Tower. This is what we're going to pick up in our next episode. After each of these episodes, I'm going to show off the different monsters that we've encountered in the thing. Their elements are kind of important later on, determines your own transformation, but we'll get that into our next episode. Take care, have a good one, bye.